Hello everyone, one more time, here. Hola a todos, estamos de nuevo en el canal y lo que vamos a hacer es otro episodio más de 5 vs 5. Y hoy estoy con mi amigo Jan aquí en Hollywood, como podéis ver ahí atrás, en Los Ángeles, en USA. So, Jan, you can present yourself?
What's going on, guys? I'm Coach Jan Lucanus, and I coach the US Tai Chi push hands team. I'm a big fan of Naxo. I think he's one of the best players alive in Tai Chi push hands, and it's an honor to be here with him. And we also are shooting some action scenes with our Justice for Hire show, and all of you are welcome to join. Check out justiceforhire.com.
Thank you. So, don't worry, no os preocupéis todos, porque voy a subtitular estas preguntas para que podáis leer abajo en español, okay? I will subtitle all of this in Spanish. So, you are my guest, the first question is from you.
From me. What inspired you to start Tai Chi specifically?
What inspired me for start Tai Chi specifically?
Tai Chi itself.
Okay, first, when I started many years ago martial arts, and always I'm like, I love boxing, I love all martial arts, no? And already when I meet the first time Tai Chi, is like I'm already Japanese martial art teacher, and I'm doing lesson in one park in Guadalajara. And one guy is coming to asking me, what are you doing? And finally we spoke together and he told me he's Tai Chi teacher, he does Silat, Jet Kundo and Tai Chi, and we are very good connection. His name is Álvaro, and finally we meet together, like he can train with me, I can go to train with him, and in my first lesson of Tai Chi, just doing this position is like so tiring, and I'm back to my home like very tired, and into myself is like why so difficult? So when I see one thing is difficult for me, I'm very cabezón in Spanish. Cabezón is like I don't know how to find this word. Like if this is difficult, okay, I go this. So just this is the starting. So finally, after 6 months to training this stuff, I feel my improvement in other martial art stuff too. So I decide never stop that, and year by year I love more and more this. So finally, in one moment of my life, I need to take the decision of which way I want to continue. And finally, I decide to continue Tai Chi and Tuishou because it's my best passion. So of course, I like to practice and check other martial art. I like to go out of my comfort area, but finally, it's good to focus in one way. For you can be good in one way, because master of many things, master of nothing. But if you specialize, you work very hard in one way, finally, I'm still be bad, you know, but I want to be better and better and better. Okay? I hope this is good.
That's great. Excellent answer. Yeah, thank you.
So now my turn.
Sure.
What is the more interesting skills and abilities you think we can train and improve with push hand competition?
Tai Chi competitions give you, it's like a litmus test, and if you know, like litmus test, and it's like, so a litmus test for your philosophies. So a lot of times you have masters talking about these grand ideas, and they're supposed to manifest physically, but it's very hard to test how these ideas truly stand up to pressure. And so I love the competition, because whether you win or lose, if you play it from a certain perspective, you are testing those principles under pressure, hopefully under some of the best pressure you can find. And then you get to question yourself. And I think questions are some of the greatest gifts that we can give anyone, especially ourselves. Am I doing what I believe I'm doing? And there's a lot of people who, they'll say, oh, my chi, and they'll touch you, and then and that's like, okay, like, let's really, can you actually do that when someone's coming at you intensely? Can you do that if someone's trying to punch you in the face? Can you do that? And I think you're a great example that you can.
Okay, thank you. Your turn.
What is one of your goals as a Tai Chi teacher? Like your biggest goal.
Okay. This is probably sound very simple, but for me the best goal is have good students follow my way, or they can say I learned with Nacho this, and this is good stuff for me. For me, I like a teacher. My best goal is put my seed in many people, like what is effective for me and help to me for be better person, better martial artist, and better athlete. So that is the big stuff I think I can put in my way on like a teacher. Of course, I dream like to be very recognized teacher, like everyone. Like my little ego say this. But if I'm very proof in this question, the more important for me is my students appreciate what I teach them. This is the more important.
That's beautiful. Service to humanity.
We are very political correct in this interview.
No. I truly feel like it's a service, right? Like you know, I really mean that. Like to have a genuine desire to share is actually to share a gift is like one of the most powerful things in the world.
Exactly.
So like I don't mean that in a politically correct way. I mean that's actually that's like potent. It's really potent. Right. And I think that's why it's so joyous to watch your competitions.
Yeah.
Because you want to improve and you want others to improve.
Yeah.
And that's when I've competed at the best level, whether in martial arts or in other areas of my life like filmmaking, etc. It's that healthy competition. So there are some people who think competition is bad, and that's really a toxic type of competition.
Okay.
I'm trying to beat you.
Stop.
Yeah.
Because my next question is going to this direction.
Okay. So, but I think it's a very healthy type of attitude that he has that really helps everybody. So that's good.
Actually, in my opinion, I put in context. The world of Tai Chi is very toxic. It's the truth. It's what I feel it around the world. Like my Tai Chi is better. This is not Tai Chi. Tuishou in competition is not real Tuishou. This. What is your opinion when you receive haters comments or something like this in social media?
It's to do this. No, it's really So I look at social media, every conversation, every interaction to me is push hands, all of it. And so if I keep that mindset and I stay centered, then the game of social media, which includes the algorithm recognizing on a given platform like Instagram or YouTube, TikTok, if someone's saying something negative, they're still engaging with my content. So they're still giving me energy. And so whether I decide to engage with that energy or not, it's up to me. If I take it personally, then I can get really sad or get really angry. But over time, I've really learned to just recognize that as long as I'm getting that reaction, I'm getting that energy and I can turn it into whatever I wish. So for me, recognizing that there are people who don't know, and if they genuinely don't know and they're genuinely asking a question, if I can feel that in their comment, I will respond, and I'll do my best to respond in a way that acknowledges their past, their experience of martial art, and recognizes that they might be missing certain experiences that we may have encountered in our journey that have given us a different perspective. Like, hey, you know what? This thing works here, and it connects back to that. And I invite them to explore on their own through being very intentional with my choice of words. I just want to make sure that I offer value without negating anything they're saying. Like, no, you're wrong. Like, it doesn't make any sense. I'm just like, okay, how can I redirect the pressure toward the goal of sharing for everyone's benefit? That's it.
Your turn. Don't be very naughty because I have my turn later. Huh?
Oh, okay. Okay. What did you learn from what you would consider your worst or your most intense loss in martial arts? Okay. Whether it's competition or real life or anything like that, but like what do you think that was, like, let's say the one thing you would share that you think would help other people from a particular loss?
Okay, about this, it's like always, I think in all my losses, if for example I go into competitive area, in all my losses is where more I learn in my life, where more I motivate to myself for be better martial artist. And finally, for me, everything is my way of martial art, everything. So when I'm more young, I do some stupid things, or I make pain in some people I love, because you are young, you are doing stupid, and you have missed this kind of mistakes. And finally, this is what more teach me about the life. Like if you are wrong, you will receive some punish on the life. Like no karma, because karma is when you die. The people is very confused with this word, but it's like all your things have consequence. If you are good, you will receive consequence good. If you have some mistake, you will receive no very good consequence. So in the more personal way is when you have some mistake, maybe because you are doing stupid things, or maybe because you have one mistake on the life, the consequence to teach me how I want to be. Because I think we can learn from everyone and from yourself in any different moment. So you can learn, okay, this is working, this is good way. You can learn what you don't want more in your life. And the human, we are so stupid sometimes, and we fall in the floor with the same stones. I don't know if this expression in English is working. And in the competitive moment, or in martial combat or something like this, well, I lose my first time when I lose in Tuishou. I cry, I'm very bad. But the people around me show me that is one moment for revise what is your attitude in the competition, what you can improve, and how you can train it more harder for the next time. And this makes me more strong person and more strong in my mind. And in my last example, I lose one MMA fight with the professional rules, with the professional gloves, with many people so huge. And from this experience, just I can take positive things. Of course, the day when I lose and the next 2 weeks, I'm a bit depressive and a bit bad with myself. But after this, all the training I do before this fight is very positive. I make me better. And later I lose with one person with more experience than me. So what this means to you? You need to have more experience on things. You need to prepare like you go to the war or never go to the war. And finally, every different experience teach you to be better person, to be better martial artist, to be better with the other people. And this is, I think, is a good answer.
Very beautiful.
Okay, my turn. Jan, explain to me one situation in your life, if you have, you need to use martial art in real moment on the street. I know you have one, but I want to hear from you.
Sure.
How is the context of this?
Sure. A year and a half ago, I was with the spiritual organization I grew up at a church in Hollywood. I grew up in New York, but they were having a meeting at a church. And a homeless man came in who was dealing with some mental challenges, and he started becoming violent with the elderly people there. And everyone is elderly except my son and me. Like, I was recovering from my first car accident, but I was stretching the entire time during the time in church. So when he came in, my body was very warm. But then when he started getting loud and cursing at them, and then my mother's there, he curses at my mother, and I'm like, that's my mom. He comes at me and he screams at me and throws a headbutt. And so because of Taiji, I saw this headbutt coming and was like, oh, he's coming at my head. So I just slide my body to the side, and so I give him a very, very gentle takedown. Yeah. And so as I take him down, he uppercuts me in the lip, like from upside down, and I check in with myself. I start bleeding. I'm like, is my tooth okay? My teeth are fine, so I'm not upset. And I had to think to myself, I'm not upset. But I knew I had to subdue him, hold him. And so I'm like, okay, well, let me slide around. Let me throw a little strike toward the groin that'll make him flinch. And then as he flinched, I went behind the back for a rear naked hold, not choke. While I was holding him, I'm like, I could put the choke in, but if I put a choke in and he passes out and dies, I won't feel good. There's a video on it. I held him for 45 minutes. It went viral on TikTok, got like 3 million views. And from one perspective, it could be considered a failure you have to fight. That as martial artists, we should be so aware that we should be able to use our words and our body language to prevent a fight. And up to that point in my adult life, I've always been able to do that. But because this man was dealing with mental challenges, and so how can I be as loving to him as possible while also serving as I've been trained? So that was a moment where I'm like, well, I'm in church. Like, I'm surrounded by people who I love and respect. I should probably take the action and go in front of this. It was a very powerful moment, and the police came, and all the police they're all Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guys with like, good job, you know?
No, very nice.
Good job. Same question to you.
No, you cannot copy.
Oh, I can't copy? Okay, it's a rule. I didn't know the rule. I didn't know.
I don't think I have real situation like I need to fight on the street. In just one time, we have like a conflict because his ex-boyfriend of some woman, and he said this woman like a very bad word. This woman is no near friend, but it's like we are in the same group, and in that moment, just I am with her. And one thing I cannot respect, I hate and make me fire inside me is when one man make some disrespect to the woman or hit one woman. It's like if I see this with my eyes, maybe I can lose my control. And in that moment, I push him a bit, like, hey, what happened? Come, more stone, no? And in that moment, he take one crystal bottle, and I don't know how, but when I see it's moved, I take in my hand very quick, and I do tack, pam, and no more, because he fall in the floor very, and me, I go to the floor to hit him, and in that moment is when Naxo, no.
Something that continues to help me for the last several years since I've heard it is that when you see true violence, responding to that true violence, you know, let's say like this, is not necessarily violence, but it's compassion from a Buddhist perspective.
Yep.
And I think that's compassion, meaning doing the right thing at the right time without having to think without having to think and just do it. And I think that's such an important thing to recognize, that violence is not, when UFC is not violence, that's a sport.
Exactly.
It's an agreement. Those people agree.
Yeah, violence is on the street with words.
Yeah, violence is word. It's feelings. That violence is a very particular thing.
Yeah.
So, like, in whatever way it manifests, especially with push hands teaches you to redirect pressure, and an extreme example of pressure is war. That's a very extreme, but pressure could just be emotional as well. So wherever you see true violence in whatever form, standing up to that is part of the work that we do as martial artists, and ideally we can do and should do. So I appreciate his story. I want to highlight that beautiful point. I have to head out.
Yeah, it's que he speaks a lot. Naxo speaks a lot. So sorry for this long video.
Hey,
you need to watch it.
You can edit it, right?
No,
my God,
I will edit. But you need to look all video and subscribe and like and everything. For being more quick in the last questions, you can give us one, how to say, consejo. What advice to the people doing already Taiji and push hand for competition? But one advice, like one thing, one advice.
For push hands, competitive push hands players.
Yeah.
It's great.
But one advice is not telling them all secret of your training. If you want the secret of the training of Jan, find him, okay? One advice. And the advice cannot be, train with me. No. But it's good advice, huh?
It is good. It's, I mean, you know, yeah. It's, I'd say that if you give yourself to push hands, this is my perspective leading into the advice, you allow yourself, you take away certain weaponized ideas, and when you take away the weaponized aspect of the ideas, you start to understand core mechanics. And when you start to breathe through and visualize through these core mechanics with a partner before you even do the sport, you're going to get a lot of benefit in everything else that you do. So by doing that in the sport, again, I really think it comes back to the first question or the second question, which is Tai Chi as a litmus test for these principles that you're bringing into your life. And if you are training Tai Chi, some people may not want to train the Tai Chi form and the whole system, and that's your choice if that's what you want to do. But if you do allow yourself to get the benefits from a full Tai Chi system, you know, the form, the Negong, Qigong, etc., and the push hand, the suite of exercises, the Dalu, the kicking Dalu, the 9-step, all these different things and more, I think that there's so much for you to play with in your competition. And if you really look at where the sport is now, I think what we're really hoping for is to grow Tai Chi games. Like Tai Chi, the push hands is just the beginning of being able to take a Tai Chi approach to experience. And these wrestling games, these gun games, these fast joint manipulation games like the fixed step, you're going to find that you're going to get all these amazing skills by removing weapons, seeing more. And so the advice I would say is surrender yourself to those gifts and allow yourself to get them, and then see how you can bring it back into anything else that you do in life, whether that's martial arts or a sport or any type of interaction with human beings. So
okay, we go for the last question. So in the last question, it's your turn first.
Okay. Where do you want to see the sport of Tai Chi go? Tai Chi push-hands.
What I want?
Yeah, where do you want to see the sport go?
I want this is shared with all the world. Of course, it's difficult to say we can compare with the UFC or boxing match, but I want more and more competitor, and the level is more high and high. And when I start my competition, it's for different reasons. You know, I like to be competitor, but my first competition I organized is because one student died very young, and we call the competition International Tuishou competition. Daniel Beamoret is the name of this student, and we started doing like a memorial competition for him, just to a school friendly and in a small gym. But year by year, this competition making more big. Maybe because I'm very crazy about Tuishou, and always I'm going to visit a lot of people, another teacher, I'm teaching here, I always invite everyone, like I don't care if you say me no, already I have the no, so come to my competition. I cannot come to my competition. My students say me, you are the fucking liar, because always we go China, we go everything, because Nacho sell us everything very good, but I don't sell nothing. It's like
it's joy.
Always I invite. If you can, okay, I will help you for do. If you cannot, okay, don't worry. I already try it. Maybe next year one more time. One good dream of me is like create the World Cup Tuishou. I want to create one just Tuishou event like what I do.
Pure Tuishou.
Pure Tuishou. Yeah. The idea is we promote and help in all Tuishou competition. All Wushu competition that this Wushu competition have Tuishou. I want to help people doing competition in Japan, in France, here, everywhere. What we need to find is just grow the Tuishou word. The word of Tuishou, not the word. The word.
Yeah.
The people know what is Tuishou or Pushhan. I don't care the name, because Pushhan is finally just English expression about Tuishou is the way we call in Chinese. Pushhan is in English, for the people know. And in Spanish we say empuje de manos. I don't care about the name, but the important is the people understand what is this. Because the problem is many people doing Tai Chi and they don't know what is Tuishou. How is that possible? So that is my last answer.
Beautiful.
So now my last question. When you lose in Tuishou, what is your feelings? Real. When you lose in competition. Like tell me one, no all times you lose, but tell me one time you lose like a very upset. I don't need to know the situation. I need to know what is your real feeling inside.
When I got silver at the 2010 Tai Chi World Cup, I lost by 1 point, and I was upset. I felt two ways at once. I felt upset and I felt very at peace, because I knew that I had more of the journey to go. Because Grandmaster Chen was telling me, he's like, Jan, you get gold. He thought I was going to get gold. He's like, you get gold out there. You retire now. And he's like, and just teach. And I was just like, And so I felt happy with having a mission to come back, but I also felt like I disappointed something, but I couldn't find what. And so I was searching to justify a sad feeling, but I couldn't really find it. And I think because I was at peace, I knew I was there with my father and my teammate, and I love them. And we were very close with Tuishou Chen, and we went out to their family's farm afterward. It was just a really beautiful, loving weekend. We stayed the night and just trained, and a lot more, and the amount of love that comes from these competitions to me outweighs the feeling of needing to win or lose. But that doesn't mean that I don't want to improve myself and the other person, so therefore I compete as hard as I can. And so, and especially when it comes to the climate of the Tai Chi world, a lot of people not understanding what we do with the Tuishou competitions, there's a defiance that I have. I used to have more of, and I saw it's something that used to push me a lot more. I'm going to show you, and now I'm just like, look, like, you know, there's value. If you want the value, it's here. But I think if there's any one person that's brought me back to the inspiration of competition, it's this guy right here.
You need to fight. I want to see you one more time with one new medal, because the last medal is 10 years ago,
14 years ago, yeah.
This already expired.
Oh, thanks. So my 2 golds and 1 silver have expired.
You are not champion, you are ex-champion.
Oh, come on.
X. Subscribe, like, everything. We are going already very long video because this guy speak a lot and this guy speak a lot.
We love you.
So, thank you so much for watching here. Gracias a todos. Suscribiros, o si no, vamos a por ti. If they don't subscribe, we go to attack them when they are sleeping, okay?
I didn't say it, but he did.
You help me, brother.